Sure. Call the meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The meeting is being recorded. Open the floor for public comment. See no public. Approving the meeting, the minutes from the August 26th meeting. I believe everybody's got a copy. Are there any additions or corrections? Now, accept the motion to approve.
Motion.
I'll second.
Motion and second discussion. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Finance report. Mr. Finance, do you have anything? Unfinished business.
We have none.
New business. For promotion for the position of lieutenant.
Yeah, I got a couple of things to bring up. We can start with that one under new business. Our current lieutenant, Randy Owens, submitted his 2-week notice last week. This Friday will be his last day. Currently how the procedure's written up is that I'm able to promote into those positions, but to my understanding there's a bylaw that's yet to be adopted, but it's been written for the board to take my recommendation or for me to give a recommendation thereof. So following that, I would recommend that Sergeant Daniel Peterson be promoted to that lieutenant's position. He's been with us for 13 years. 10 of the years he's been a sergeant. He has always gone above and beyond when it comes to his duties. He's played a major role in our last several inspections of Title 37, the state inspection when they come in. He already knows that through and through. He knows our policies. He has been training with the lieutenant since the 2-week notice came in, just because we need somebody to fill that spot and move it forward. He is a go-getter. He's not one to be complacent and just sit on his tail. He's going to, if he's caught up on things, he's going to find some more things to do and keep going.
In the past, recent past, there were only a limited number of work release. Do you think that will increase?
I hope so. Right now, I can say the ones that aren't working right now are for a reason. Either it's a PFA or they're a Megan's line.
Understood that.
Yeah.
And checks, making checks. I think
Yep.
that's been lacking.
Yeah. So to bounce off, I got more to go on to work on these procedures also. But yes, it's already been explained to him that we want to see that more. And I don't want to see like going into the inmate's place of business all the time and wherever they're working. It could be a bad look for the employer or whatnot. But I told him you can definitely make these checks. Deputy Warden and I have done it several times. We go over and just observe them on their breaks as they might be visiting them or whatnot, that type of stuff.
At one time, I believe there was a monitoring system. Is that still being used?
No, that hasn't been used in, I believe I was still a corrections officer when it wasn't. I don't know if it was the ongoing cost of those, half of them kept breaking.
Yeah, because I know when Wilson did it, he could just drive by and he didn't have to go make contact with the employer.
So that's my recommendation on to that, how the board would like to move forward with that. I'm open to suggestions, or if I can promote, I will.
In my 12 years working here, I only know Peterson from a professional relationship and not a personal relationship. I've heard nothing but good, and he's always, if I need something done, I'm calling him or Tippy. Besides that, but Peterson's been fantastic. Gets stuff done. But
And he's got the respect of both the staff and the inmates. I mean, his staff will follow him into something they know would be terrible, but they would do it. He's a great leader altogether. He explains things to the staff. He doesn't just we're doing this, I don't know why, because of this. He explains every step of it, and he takes the new hires and makes them way better.
No, working 14 years at Conowingo at night shift, I mean, Peterson's been on night shift ever since I can remember. I can't recall a time that he hasn't been diligent and make sure the paperwork was there and make sure everything was good for the jail. He's always been very respectful and everything. I can't think of another person in the jail right now that would be as qualified as him for that position. So I know that the bylaws really haven't been adopted yet. The last position was always on the warden. So I mean, if we want to make a recommendation, I mean, he's made the recommendation to us. I mean, I think we move forward with that and vote on that, even though the bylaws really aren't really accepted. I know that's the new way that we're going to, so I think that's what we should do.
I trust Rusty and Tipton. If they're the ones that are on the front seat with him, and if they trust him and that's their recommendation, I approve as well, so.
Yeah, I think the board can, the bylaws are just meant to be an extrapolation or expansion of what the statute requires. So, we've received a recommendation from the warden. I think the board's in a position to accept the recommendation and to approve, Mr. Peterson to that position.
Now, what happens, this position doesn't need to because the rate is already set, and the position is already on the roster, but what happens if this was a new position, it would have to go to salary board?
Yeah,
We're creating a new,
Yeah.
we're creating a new position, certainly, yeah, that's a salary board matter. I wasn't, yeah.
So it is gonna create a vacancy because you're promoting within, so you're gonna have to hire somebody.
Well, the vacancy is a union spot, so we have to post
You have
that.
to post
for the
it,
time
yeah,
frame.
okay.
And with the sergeant spot, there comes a test and interview.
Right.
And then, so it's going to be a chain effect, and
Yeah.
we actually have two.
Jacqueline's here for that too, so.
We have another interview Thursday. And we have two that have already passed background checks, waiting for their urine screens to come back, so.
That's for the sergeant's position.
No, that would be for a corrections officer.
Oh.
So, one of the corrections officers is going to become the sergeant, and we're just not sure who it is yet, so we're gonna post it. I wanted to wait until today.
Is that what Peterson is right now, as a corrections officer?
He's a sergeant.
He's a sergeant,
Yeah.
okay. So you already have a corrections position open, now you're gonna have a sergeant position open?
Right now, the only thing open would be the lieutenant spot, but we filled the lieutenant spot with Peterson, then we have a sergeant spot to fill. Once that sergeant spot's filled, we'll have a corrections officer spot to fill, and then we fill that.
So are you promoting within those,
The sergeant's test, yeah, it's a union spot, so we have to go by the contract and follow that, but there'll be a test and an interview, and I'm sure we'll have several corrections officers interested in that position.
yeah, within, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, I gotcha.
So it sounded like you were making a motion, sort of.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to promote Peterson to lieutenant.
Second, I'll second.
Go ahead.
Discussion, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Warden's report.
Now I still have a couple other things to go down on new business, if that's all right.
Please.
Jail roof project, I just found out mostly about this last week, and I got in emails this morning, that they're looking to start October 6th, and there will be a pre-construction meeting on October 2nd. I don't know who's all, you guys were both on that email.
Yes, and that was the request of myself and the warden, is we want to make sure that the security measures are taken care of. Obviously, if there's gonna be contractors on top of the roof, yards accessible there, the warden has to make some changes so inmates are not out in the yard or anything like that. So, we kind of requested to have this meeting, just to make sure that there's everything is not being overlooked by contractors that may not really have our kind of mindset. So.
Yeah, they might not realize that the security aspect of working on a jail roof, it's not just
They're going to use scaffolding.
And I heard, that's how I found out about this, that I heard they were gonna have scaffolding
I heard
set up,
that.
and I was like, oh my, no.
Just go with the ladder.
Yeah.
Ladder this side of the building.
Well, even with the
You
ladder,
need a staging area where you
Get
park
down.
your vehicles.
yeah, and we'll meet and talk with them, but you can put some temporary fencing up, because we don't want anybody messing with their ladder while they're up there, or anybody going up, well, hey, let's go check this
Yeah,
out.
my understanding is they're gonna remove the ladder each night when they're finished.
And is gonna be my recommendation for them to get a bike lock or some kind of chain or something that'll lock that so that the ladders cannot be expanded to the roof if somebody in the job.
Somebody wants-
Yeah,
Just,
like, we'll
just an extra precaution.
sit and iron everything out with them.
100%.
So, lastly, on new business, Darling Pharmacy, we talked about this last week. Our contract is up in November with them. We are looking to switch to Diamond Pharmacy because of some significant savings, because that's what's being sold to us. We had them years ago. They're just a bigger company. For example, how we can save money. They could do a 30-day supply to an inmate on medication. The inmate gets 10 days of meds, they get released. Diamond is able to take the remaining 20 meds back and they credit us for those. So that's a huge savings for us.
Darling does not do this right now.
Yeah, right.
And these are gonna all be bubble back.
Yeah, which we have now as bubble pack, but they deliver every night. So they deliver every night, so nothing would change there. And we would look to keep Darling as our backup emergency pharmacy. So I guess I'm bringing it up to the board. We have paperwork to give the information to Diamond to get the process started. I wanted to bring it up at this meeting, so that way maybe next meeting we could have more concrete. But with the board's approval to go ahead and start that process, I would like to do that.
Isn't
I think
Diamond the
our
one that
next-
committed presentation to us? Are they the ones that came and they
Yeah.
have the, that's what I was saying, I thought they were the ones that have those packs that you send back if you don't, and that's why they did
Yeah.
that, because we're not open.
Our next public meeting is October 15th. So we'll need that before our next prison board, if everybody's in agreement, so that it can be signed.
I mean, if there's a cost savings that we can do, I'm sure you guys have looked at the whole kit caboodle A to Z on that, and if you're saying it's a cost savings, then absolutely.
And we used to have them
Okay,
before.
could we just vote on it now, and then when PM gets the contract, we can just go in our office and sign?
I don't see why not.
I say we do that.
Does the prison board sign any agreements? I've always
No.
been told
They make their
commissioners
recommendations to the
Yeah.
commissioners.
Okay,
have to sign the agreements.
Yes.
okay, so we could vote on it now then, if that's,
Do I have a
Yeah. And then
motion to recommend to the county commissioners to accept Diamond Pharmacy?
I'll motion it.
I'll second.
Motion second, discussion, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Rusty?
The last thing I had, it was kind of unfinished business, but new business. We're still waiting for the agreement back. I think Attorney Schmidt has it for Jamestown site for the MAT. They need it signed to be returned to them, so that way they can, we are operating MAT right now under the agreement with them. However, they need a signed contract, so that way they can get the, what's the number? What's it, DT number or DLT number? For our location, so we can have the medication sent to us, and we can operate an MAT in the facility.
That's for the license,
Yeah.
licensure.
Like, yeah, but they asked me about it, and so I figured I'd bring it up to see.
Okay, I wasn't aware that, we were doing MAT currently.
We've been doing it for a year.
Well, we
We stopped it,
Yes.
and it wasn't informed it was restarted.
I think we voted at before to continue. I know that opiate settlement money. Our recommendation was to move forward.
So are we going to look, so is Jamestown Psych now a thing, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so they're already instituted, implemented into the jail and whatnot, so
Yeah.
what are we waiting on?
Because they're handling our mental health and MAT. They've been in since June.
Okay,
They sent us a rough contract of what they have with other counties. I can't remember when I sent it to you, and Nathaniel was.
The mental health part, isn't that under human services?
Yeah, but I mean the MAT portion of it. I can look back through my emails. It's been a few months. But we need that signed contract between the county and them, so that way they can operate the MAT in our building. Because like right now, some of the medications, they cannot send them to us.
They need a DEA now.
Yeah, DEA
oh,
number.
okay.
It has to go to a pharmacy.
It is a contract, so it's gonna have to be up to you guys, I would assume, so.
Yeah, and there's times times where we've had to take the inmate to the pharmacy to get the medication because they will not release it to,
Anyone else?
yeah,
Okay.
in which that we can't do.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah.
So is that another, we just make a motion and then they get the contract and sign it?
I think.
Yeah, I'd like to discuss an executive session if we can.
Okay, that's fine. Your report?
Yeah, I emailed everybody the monthly report. Everybody, if they had a chance to look over it. A couple things to add to it. We talked about like our mental health. Right now we have 3 that are at Torrance. We have 2 that are pending to go and 3 are pending competency evals. So, I mean, that stacks up pretty quick on us. We can't rush them to Torrance. It's whenever the bed's available to get them. Other than that, I was told last time to bring it up in executive again, so if anybody has any questions on the warden's report.
I just had a question, is there any headway on the dietitian stuff? Did we look into that? I know that
There's supposed to be
Commissioner
Rouse.
Durbin was, and you guys were supposed to meet.
Rouseland doesn't have a dietitian, they use Warden Generals, and we need to reach out to Warden General and see if we can work that, bridge that.
Okay,
As well.
okay.
Does she have Commissioner Durbin have a contract or contact over there?
Okay. That's really all I had.
Any further questions, comments?
Motion to approve the board report.
A motion, do we have a second?
I'll second
A motion, a second, discussion. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
it. Aye.
Motion carried. Next meeting is October 28th.
Is that here or over the jail?
Don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
Up in the air.
They may be done.
To
with
be
this
announced.
hearing. Yes.
Fingers crossed.
The, work that's being done in the cemetery, is that typically mowing?
Mowing, cleaning up sticks, leaves. Weed eating, general maintenance.